We all know what happened last time there was a viewers poll. We were left with what could only be described as the spousal abuse episode.
I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
Nancy?
I'm never celebrating July 4th again. But once more, the winner of the poll did not go to the porno spoof. Possibly because voters thought that This Ain't Ghostbusters was just a collection of commenters saying that very same thing about the new Ghostbusters. So what we're left with is a little movie called Ghost Fever. Let's take a look at a clip. Oh, god damn it! Diane Weiss needs to stop blowing herself up in 80s movies! Ghost Fever stars Sherman Hemsley and Luis Avalos as two detectives who are sent to a haunted house, which, according to the box cover, is lorded over by either the Cheshire Cat or Lucifer from Cinderella. And no matter what poster you look at, Sherman's hat is trying desperately hard to escape the movie. Oh, wait, a contagious comedy? Well, that explains why I have comedy AIDS now. It's because this movie contains ghosts too bad to be busted. Is that why the movie bombed? Because even the poster is reminding me that I should be watching Ghostbusters instead? With it being a mid-80s ghost comedy, I'm sure at the least it's a colorful movie to look at. Nice mood setting. Nothing spells comedy like Jack the Ripper just moved to Georgia. Nothing about this says that I'm watching a comedy. A funeral, at night, happy times. Why is this movie shot in Night of Horror Vision? Woohoo! A special appearance from Smokin' Joe Frazier because Mean Joe Green was above this movie, and he was in the Black Six. It's appropriate they put director Alan Smithee's name over a corpse with some dirt sprinkled over it. Alan Smithee, by the way, is the pseudonym used by directors who want their name taken off of the movie's credits. Gotta say, not a fan of this director's work. In this movie's case, the director is Lee Madden, director of such movies as Angel Unchained and The Hell's Angels 69. So rolling around in the mud with a bunch of bikers was less embarrassing for this director than having his name attached to a George Jefferson haunted house movie. I don't get it. Nothing embarrassing has happened yet. What in the hell is that supposed to be? And you're supposed to bury the body below the ground.
Who are you?
Name's Jethro. I'm district supervisor. My job is to make sure you spooks don't get too far out of line.
Racist? How could this possibly get any more awkward?
Jethro, you look very familiar to me.
I should. I was one of your father's slaves.
Well, let's hope his father was one of the good slave owners. Well, now his whole afterlife is gonna be made up of awkward small talk. And they turn into the same special effect that was used when Nuki started dancing. I understand why Sherman is starring in this movie. The whole thing looks like a sitcom. Was this Sherman's audition for a remake of Barney Miller? And what's with the acting choices here?
The county took the place over for non-payment of taxes. Now, here's a copy of the eviction notice. There was a thing called the Andrew Lee Foundation that paid all the expenses, and they went broke.
It may be too late, but I've decided to give up smoking. Sherman and Louise play Buford and Benny, two cops who are sent to a haunted house to deliver an eviction notice. Neither of them seem happy about this.
I got bad vibes about Magnolia House, too.
Kicking two old ladies out of a house they lived in all their lives. That sucks.
This movie doesn't get to judge other things about how much they suck. And if this movie ends with Sherman Hemsley singing and dancing in lingerie while saying, "Help me, mommy," I'm gonna scream, "Rip off!" Unlike Benny, Buford believes in ghosts and vampires because, as this flashback shows, he met one once.
Buford, are you turning chicken?
Yes, chicken. I'll show you.
Look at this place.
Did you hear something?
Maybe we shouldn't have come.
Wait.
Yeah, it was a really haunted night. All the kids were 80-yard. Where are those voices coming from? This scene only proves that they ended up in the movie Saturday the 14th. Now that really sucks. Oh, and Sherman also plays Jethro, the ghost slave. I can't imagine why this movie wasn't a hit.
Jethro, I have not bothered you in over 150 years, but this is more than importantly.
150 years? The last time we saw you, it was 1880. Is this movie taking place in the year 2030? These ghosts don't much like the idea of their favorite haunting getting an eviction notice.
Well, you can stop worrying about losing your house, Andy. I'll just scare the hell out of these two and send them home packing.
Yeah, I bet it'll be really scary. That's your plan? Opening the fucking door? These don't seem like monsters at all. They give Benny a lighter when he needs one. And they put up with their stupid jokes.
Hey, Buford, check this out.
What?
I wonder who she was.
She, it's a he. We couldn't figure that out either.
All old-timey paintings looked like women! Can we get some nut shots in here? Ah, here we go. Consulting the big book of nut shots. This is like watching an FMV game, only if the game never starts and the only trap is that I pushed play on the VCR. This idiot doesn't even realize that he's moving, and ending up in a completely different place scares him less than the door opening on its own. Oh, and they're gonna keep with the awkward slave humor.
My experiments are going well. The screams of the slaves excite me. What bliss to see their muscles rippling and gleaming. May I be granted time for the proper use of these devices? This is sick.
It's not sick. He found the missing script pages from Mandingo. See, they're not trying to kill you. They're just using extreme methods in getting you to exercise. And where are my nut shots? Why did that hurt him? He's wearing armor. The big book of nut shots needs a rewrite. Here's an idea. Maybe stay away from the swinging blades that look like they come from Jigsaw's traps. And use your goddamn peripheral vision. How are you not seeing this? And why are none of you disturbed by these torture machines you're finding?
Slamming sledgehammer type action comes whipping from the side past the abdomen, landing heavily on a block which has raised up between the legs of the slave. Ooh.
Hoo-wee, indeed. I've never seen so much slapstick and silly music used to describe a machine that tortured slaves. And again, use your fucking peripherals. As if that's the worst part of this scene.
The success of the mechanism is ensured by a spike which is introduced to the rear of the slave. That's nice.
That's right. I've now seen Sherman Hemsley anally raped by a slave torture device. Rated PG. Seriously. And Benny still doesn't even notice what's going on. Not that that matters. When he does notice, he barely has a reaction to it.
Tell me, where does it hurt? I'll kiss it and make it better.
That settles that. This scene has to end with Benny kissing Buford on his asshole. They finally try doing the smart thing, leaving.
Benny! Damn. I know you want to get out of here, but
Will you shut up and get me down from here?
He's floating in midair. Why do you think it's him doing that and not a ghost? Unless you think Sherman Hemsley can fly. His hat sure can. Look, guys, just stand as awkwardly close to each other as you can. We gotta get you both in frame, even if it feels unnatural. Soon enough, they find the two owners of the house.
Old times they are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland.
I never thought I'd say this, but you are ruining the reputation of the song Dixie. the ghosts don't know who is causing these dangerously spooky shenanigans. Could it be the girl's grandfather?
I'm sorry to say, he's a ghost who doesn't particularly like people of the colored persuasion.
Okay, I think I'll take that drink now.
Aw, come on. All he wants to do is make ghost houses great again. Turns out the slaves were all descendants of a voodoo tribe who banded together to get revenge on their slave master, the girl's grandfather. And why the fuck am I not watching that movie? The only way the slave master could have been resurrected is through a medium.
I am Madame Saint-Esprit, the famous mystique and medium. I have been successful all over the world.
Hi, Cher. And what are you two doing up there? Let's get an obligatory Ghostbusters reference out of the way.
You wait one goddamn minute here. Do you realize that I can make one phone call and bust this whole goddamn place?
Because bustin' makes you feel good? I suppose lightning is harmless in this universe, since it appears to not hurt any of them.
It must be a trick. But how are they doing it? Why are they doing
It's
it?
no trick, I'm telling you. There's a ghost out there and he's after us.
Sure, if you say so.
Does a ghost need to penetrate your ass in order for you to believe in them? We spent the entire budget on lightning effects, and goddammit, we are gonna make all the blood rush to Sherman's head. Now, does Benny believe in ghosts?
Look, I'm convinced, I'm really convinced this house is haunted, and that bigoted ghost is nothing but a...
Buford, there is no such thing as a ghost.
You could have fooled me, buddy.
There's a higher possibility that ghosts actually exist than there is a person being as dumb as Benny. While the others seek the help of Faye Dunaway from Supergirl to get rid of the cops, Buford and Benny use the sheets to try to escape.
Don't worry, I'll be all right.
Or they just needed another nut shot, because Buford is right back in the house. Is this enough evidence for Benny?
No more Mr. Nice Guy. If there's a ghost, show me.
Yes, they'll show you by doing the same fucking effect that Benny already witnessed earlier. How does Luis Avalos not believe in these lightning ghosts? He was part of the electric company! But it's dinner time as Diane Carroll serves them something racist.
Chitlins. Grits. Watermelon.
Oh, so the ghost is former Congressman Joe Walsh. I bet he's enjoying the food.
That's a piece of chicken being eaten.
I told you there was a ghost.
It probably took them a whole day to get that shot. You can tell by my amusement that it was totally worth it. Again, Buford tries to leave, and again, the ghost scares him. And then, musical number.
Waiting for me, praying for me, down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more when I get to the Swanee shore.
Daylight come and me one go jump off a bridge. Their big plan is to try to get the ghost drunk, because alcohol always makes people less racist. But who cares? More singing!
Swanee, how I love you, my dear old Swanee. I give the world to thee.
We've replaced the Andrews sisters with a trio of Southern belles with brain damage. Here's how much this looks like a TV movie. It appears as if they pause for a commercial break. What do you mean it can't end yet? We haven't seen Benny in a bubble bath.
So, this is what heaven is like.
Well, watching the movie Ghost Fever, you're not in heaven. And if this is what Benny's night is like, what's Buford's up to?
Where am I?
Just some good old-fashioned midnight sex. We've already seen a machine designed for anal penetration. Might as well just turn into Caligula. Perhaps a little bad weather will scare them away. Uh-oh. Opening an umbrella indoors, that's bad luck. Now this movie's gonna suck. This is all so much easier than simply moving to the side of the room that the bad weather isn't on. Not that bad weather is gonna ruin Benny's night.
You look pretty
Hot cha-cha yourself.
Careful, he's contagious. So the racist ghost flips his shit about being served an eviction notice, but surprisingly doesn't have a problem with his granddaughter having an interracial relationship. He simply wants to challenge him to a friendly game of billiards. You know what I just realized? If this were Brazilian Ghost Fever starring the Tramps, they would have the same exact script with the same exact book of nut shots.
Remember, you got the oddballs.
I wonder where this is going. What? There's no nut shot? You just wanted to say the word balls? Is Alan Smithee like 5? Nice special effect. When they begin to sword fight, one of the pool cues becomes animated for some reason. Was it too hard to just hold the cue to the side of the camera? And because you later turned it into a lightsaber means it always had to be a special effect? This just looks like he's fighting John Ritter's glow-in-the-dark penis from Skin Deep. Good deal, he's captured the ghost from It Follows. Now the comedy isn't contagious anymore. Not that a movie that tries to milk humor out of names is contagious.
Betty! Feel first!
Linda! Lisa!
Linda! Lisa!
Benny! Buford!
They have names like people! Surely this movie won't make something as simple as dancing awkward. Yes, the President of the Confederacy, King Tut. Mind if the pervy ghosts cut in?
You're a great, great dancer.
Every man's dream, becoming a ghost and feeling up your descendants. Good, we can see him now. He ran out of TP, so he's gotta make other clothes appear. Don't know why he couldn't just simply make regular clothes appear. Was it to make a stupid mummy joke?
That's no mummy, dummy.
I got a pain in my tummy, even though dinner was yummy. Who wants to play a game of rummy? How could this possibly get any dumber? A fucking dance-off? What's next? Is someone gonna swing from the chandeliers? Oh right, that did happen earlier. I guess a dance-off is the next logical step.
Emotions running through my bones. I've got the notion that we're not alone.
Ghost fever, ghost fever. They don't know how to do it. Never before have I wondered if a pair of Southern belles know how to do the neutron dance. And will these two ever do something about the evil ghost? Jesus Christ, why didn't you do that sooner? And how does this movie still have a half hour left? Good, the mom from Slumber Party Massacre 2 is back. I'm not joking this time. That is the mom from Slumber Party Massacre 2. And there was always a small part of me that knew this movie wasn't above blackface. Didn't this movie used to have a plot?
Maybe after it's over we can get out of this crazy place.
What about this eviction notice? I've been stalling like mad.
You mean the plot has been stalling? Don't know why they need a seance for a ghost who has no problem appearing anytime he wants, unless she just wanted to summon her fart cloud. Again, who wouldn't want to take directing credit when you have lines like this?
You see, Andy? Now we really got problems. That voodoo cursed by his slaves has turned him into a vampire.
Well, now we're just stealing lines from Roots. What are the odds? The vampire is the same one he saw when he was a little kid.
That guy is serious.
That's the vampire I told you about.
The only vampires are in the movies.
Stop with the goddamn skepticism and accept the fact that your movie sucks. And thanks for lighting it like a snuff film. Even Sherman Hemsley is starting to question the movie's plot.
This is where we turn out zombies.
Why do you want to turn out zombies?
So we can haunt graveyards.
Why do you want to haunt graveyards?
Turn out zombies.
Makes sense to me.
Oh, you believe that, but not that the place is haunted? When you have the rejects from the Frighteners around every corner, they'll conveniently pave the way for you to escape. Between the zombies and the cheap vampire costumes, they simply stumbled upon a theme park come Halloween season. All they want to do is just ride the Screaming Eagle roller coaster. How on earth are they gonna win this fight?
Big sticks, Benny. Big sticks. You've done it before. Big sticks.
Yeah, how about cue sticks?
You could talk to them this entire time? Why wasn't this movie only 5 minutes long? Hell, the fight scene is only about 5 seconds. There's still 23 minutes of this movie left. Benny now claims to be a true believer, which at this point almost seems out of character. They call up Sheriff Stars and Bars to give him the good news while using, something else that's probably been up an ass. But the girls have a secret of their own.
Lisa and I died a long time ago, but we're not like zombies or ghosts.
We don't look like zombies because it's much less gross to have sex with us. So they show them their power of transforming into Kathleen Turner, among other things.
You mean you can never leave here?
Only if we take ectoplasm pills. They keep us as we are for a few hours.
Oh, ectoplasm pills. Why didn't you say so before? Now it just seems like you're making shit up as you go along. The ghosts lighten the mood by getting high and blowing fake smoke into the scene. Luckily, it's the fastest acting pod ever created, and it makes Benny think that he's a boxer.
I am the greatest!
Muhammad Ali's line. So clearly, Joe Frazier is in this movie. I don't know where this movie is taking me, and I also don't care that it's taking me there in a limo. No joke, this one line where Benny gets high and claims to be a boxer turns into the last act of the movie. The main plot finished minutes ago, but God forbid the movie's only 70 minutes long. Did a Rocky movie just come out? Did you ever wish that Transylvania 65000 had the same ending as Rocky IV? Then you too are smoking ghost weed! This is seriously a worser case of unnecessarily dragging on a movie than even War Room was with its double Dutch climax. And I mean they drag on everything. Kick his ass! Could this be considered another dance-off, since that's all that happens? Several minutes of dancing around and not actually fighting, and also no jokes.
Never in my entire career as a sports commentator have I seen anything like this. There'll be no film at 11.
Then why am I watching this? If anything, the idiot keeps knocking himself out. This movie was better at getting laughs from slave torture devices. The ghosts show up to help him cheat, though no one notices that Benny isn't actually punching him.
To be honest with you folks, I'm surprised it's gone this far.
Me too, and you got it lucky. You're only in the movie. I gotta watch it! I believe in ghosts more than I believe this fight would end like this. Good. He won the boxing match. I'm so happy. Anyway, they used their prize money to buy back the house from the sheriff, who was going to purchase it himself, so I guess the fight wasn't a drug trip. The whole movie is. Unfortunately, they decide not to stay with the ladies, since they would grow old and the ladies would stay the same age. Which, of course, means that this movie could only end one way. With the ghosts mass murdering Buford and Benny by sending them to their deaths in a fiery car crash. Contagious murder comedy! Good job. Now the ladies are stuck for all eternity with two guys who they could do much better than.
Us dead people sure know how to live.
And everyone deserves better than this theme song.
Something strange is getting close, playing havoc, playing jokes. I thought I didn't believe in ghosts, but I got ghost fever.
Yeah, at least it's not Fallout Boy. Why even watch this movie when In Living Color did the same plot in about a minute?
Richard Pryor is scared for no reason.
Ghost Fever has sort of a rough history. Oh, with an Alan Smithee credit? No shit. The movie was filmed in 1985, but released in 1987, so I guess IMDb compromised and lists it as 1986. The movie went through so many reshoots and rewrites that it caused the director to remove his name. The tone is so all over the place that this family comedy even has a poster that I had to black box. Was this movie originally raunchier? Was it at one point funny? And poor Sherman Hemsley actually funded most of this movie, which left him nearly bankrupt. God bless those Amen royalties. You could feel the re-editing on screen the whole time, from an out-of-nowhere extra climax to exposition dialogue only heard through 80-yard lines and by no one who's actually on camera. This movie makes Dracula the Dirty Old Man look like Nosferatu, and if they ever decide to remake this piece of shit, well, I know who the internet will blame for that one.
It's the feminist movement. Some of the women spooks are demanding equal haunting rights with the men.
But just why?